What's going on, everybody? My name is Bendy, and this is Disney Heroes. I don't know if you guys heard a little bang on the mic. I was kind of adjusting something. So, today we got, well, not today, but the other day, we got a new month of Arena and Coliseum. So, I wanted to do my monthly Arena and Coliseum tips, guide, whatever you want to call it. I've been doing this for like 8 months now. Started out doing it on just Reddit. But now I'm starting to do it on my YouTube channel every month. I know I'm a few days behind for what I normally do, but had a pretty hectic week this week, so haven't had a ton of time to record. But today, I'm going to bring you guys some tips. I don't think this week is going to be too bad. There's nothing too crazy going on again for like the 4th month in a row. Seems like they're running a theme where the first week of Arena and Coliseum lately doesn't really affect a whole lot. However, one of the bonus points for this month is damage dealt to stunned opponents, and there is a hell of a lot of heroes that stun. Some are better than others, obviously, but I have a picture that is linked to this on the Reddit half of my post here, which has a picture of everybody in the entire game that stuns, and I've also put little stars next to those that I think are going to be particularly good for you this month. So if they have 1 star, I think they're like pretty good. If they have 2 stars, I think they're like the best stunners for you that are going to be the most helpful in Arena and Coliseum. So if you go over to my Reddit post that is going to be linked with this, you'll be able to see that. But I wanted to start with the rule for this month, which I don't think is going to affect very much, if anything at all, really. The only thing that having tenacity disabled is going to do is make it so that every single disable in the whole game is going to be lasting its full length. So this means that all of your stuns that you're going to be getting bonus points on are going to be lasting the full length that they normally are. Because normally there's a number of heroes that have tenacity that reduce the length of their stuns and disables so that they don't get disabled for as long. So that's all that tenacity does. I do not think it's going to affect a whole lot, other than making it so that if you use some good stun heroes, they're going to be lasting the full length. So with that out of the way, let's just move on to the stun, because that's obviously the most important part of this month. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. Okay, sorry about all these notifications. Oh man, fucking killing me. Like I said, there's a lot of heroes that deal stun, but many of them only have stuns that last like maybe 5 seconds at most, which is good, but it's not going to affect a whole lot for you overall. But there is some heroes that have longer stuns or are very reliant on stuns in order for them to have their full potential. So let's start with some of those. Now I'm going to start with some that I don't think are quite as good as some of the others, so I'll start from like the bottom and then we'll move our way up. So I wanted to start with Gaston. Gaston, pretty much his entire kit revolves around stun. As you can see, his white skill stuns for 4 seconds. His green skill does, and also his purple skill increases his length of stuns for opponents that are below 50% of their max HP. So Gaston, he's not the strongest hero anymore, but if you have him powered up, he's going to be very stunning, as you can see. Look at that beautiful face. Oh, oof. So anyways, that Gaston's going to be pretty decent. I don't think he's going to be the best for you because he's not the strongest hero overall, but just something to be aware of. The next one I wanted to bring up is Huei, whose also entire kit pretty much revolves around stun. They got their bear traps, which if you played any Arena Coliseum last month, you'll know the bear traps stun, their white skill stuns, and also they gain skill power from their purple skill every time an enemy is stunned. So they get a lot of benefits from stun, and they also cause quite a lot of stun themselves. So Huei, pretty good. Probably going to be pretty underrated this month, just like they were last month. So Gaston and Huei, or HDL, their entire kits basically revolve around stun, so they're going to be pretty underrated, I think. And if you have them powered up, more power to you. The next ones I wanted to talk about, let's start with Mulan. Mulan, not going to be the craziest stun for you, but her beginning of the wave firework rocket thing stuns for 9 seconds right in the beginning of the wave, so you'll be able to stun back opponent really quickly. It's not going to be super crazy because it only lasts for the first 9 seconds of the fight. But what I wanted to bring up is Rapunzel, who is going to be good for a couple of reasons, because the other bonus point for this month is for healing done for your team. So Rapunzel, as you probably know, she does a lot of healing herself with her green skill, so she's going to be getting you the bonus points for healing as well. but also with her white skill, she stuns them for 9 seconds, the one that she hits with the frying pan. Now this is only one person that she stuns, however, it moves that opponent up to the front, so you'll be able to hit them a lot easier with your team. Rapunzel also provides hardy to her team, which is going to be huge for preventing your team from being stunned from the opponent as well. So I think Rapunzel's going to be pretty good because she heals as well as stuns, so she's got like the double whammy going for you. So I'm probably going to be using Rapunzel a lot this month. I always use Rapunzel a lot because I love her, but anyways. So Rapunzel's going to be pretty good. The other one is Magika. Magika is going to be pretty good because her white skill, the one that she zaps with her magic spell or whatever, is stunned for the duration of her meter until she runs out of energy, basically. So this is a very long and effective stun. It also stops them from gaining energy or moving, which is really cool. So the wand zap is going to be really helpful for you, I think, in getting the bonus points. She doesn't heal though, like Rapunzel does. The other one, who I think might be one of the MVPs this month, is going to be Maximus. Maximus, he heals himself for a lot of HP, and then also his blue skill stuns for 12 seconds, and you can do this every 10 seconds. So this is going to be a really big stun to multiple enemies too, because this is nearby enemies. So this is going to be a huge stun for you, and he heals himself, so you're going to be getting both the healing bonus points and the stunning bonus points from Maximus this month. So it's going to be pretty dope, I think. And then Madame Mim is going to also be very good because her hexing ability, it stuns when they try to use their white skill. So their white skill doesn't go off, they use up their energy, and they get stunned. So that's 3 things going on at once. I don't think she heals, but the hex is going to be really huge. Yeah, she just increases max HP. That's not going to affect the healing bonus point. Anyways, so Madame Mim with her hex are going to be really good. The next one is going to be Syndrome. Syndrome with the Orby ball thing that he sends out to the opponent. It stuns them for 12 seconds, and they can't gain energy. So it's kind of similar to the Magika white skill, but Syndrome can still attack during it, whereas Magika can't, so it's a little bit better in a way. So yeah, this one's super cool. And also with his blue skill, he stuns them for 10 seconds with that as well, and flings them backwards, which is cool. It's always fun. Syndrome's pretty fun. I think he's pretty underrated. And he stuns with his purple skill. So I guess Syndrome just revolves around stun a lot too. Similar to HDL and Gaston. So that's always cool. Also with Rapunzel, if you have her red skill, she's going to be really helpful with her healing hair ability. In addition to healing, it's also going to cleanse the debuffs. So this is going to be cleansing the stuns that you're going to be getting from your opponent. So if you put Rapunzel on your defense, she might be stopping or shortening the length of those stuns, since tenacity isn't going to be a thing this month. Cleansing abilities are going to be super helpful. So Rapunzel has it. Fairy Godmother has it. I think Fairy Godmother is also going to be very good this month. They've probably based this entire month on just her, because she seems to have everything going for her with this. Her white skill heals. Her blue skill stuns, only for 4 seconds though, so it's not super crazy of a stun. But also with her purple skill, she removes all their debuffs. So this is going to be removing the stuns that you get on your team. And it also gives them 2 stacks of Hardy, which are just going to prevent stuns from going off on your team. Fairy Godmother is going to be super duper helpful, I think. She's probably going to be one of the MVPs this month. Alright, shut up. Another one that cleanses their team is Kevin Flynn with his white skill. It removes all negative status effects, which includes disables and all debuffs. So this is going to be removing the stuns. I've already explained this like 3 times now, so I'm just going to rapid fire through all the other heroes that cleanse. So you have Kevin Flynn. You also have Manticore, which is also super good this month, because she has stun, and also her white skill removes debuffs from herself and allies. So this is going to be pretty huge. Also, her green skill stuns for 9 seconds, and she also has a little bit of healing with her Maximus skill, or friend disc, so I don't know. But yeah, Manticore is going to be really good. Shan Yu is also going to be really good with the stunning, especially if you're facing shielded enemies like Slinky, Fear, Baymax, stuff like that, because with his blue skill, he stuns 11 seconds by default, but if he's damaging shielded enemies, he stuns them for 18 seconds. That's a huge stun. Huge. I think he's going to be one of the MVPs this month as well. The blue skill stunning for as much as 18 seconds is huge. So Shan Yu's definitely going to be huge, especially if your enemy has a shielded team going on. Alright, I'm kind of jumping back and forth here. I feel like I'm not staying super organized, but before I move on to the ones that I think are going to be truly the MVPs of this entire month, let's talk a little bit about some other just good healers in general. Kermit is going to be very good for the healing part of the bonus points, because obviously his basic attack heals for quite a lot of HP. Yeah, that's the only healing he has. But yeah, so Joy Her entire kit is basically revolves around healing. That's just what she does. She also provides a lot of hardy to her team. Rapunzel, like I said, heals a lot. Pooh heals himself quite a lot, so that's pretty huge. And he gives himself max HP, which also makes it so that he heals himself more. So if you can make Pooh last, that's going to be really good. Cheshire heals himself. Kristoff does quite a lot of healing, especially with the Kidda disc. Tron heals a lot and provides a lot of hardy. Mickey Mouse heals a lot. Megara heals the one that she's linked to a lot. Just gonna rapid fire through some of these. Peter Pan heals himself a lot, and so does Beast. Baloo heals himself a lot too. Does he heal allies? I think he heals allies too. He heals his allies too, so Baloo's gonna be really good for the healing part. I don't think he has a stun though. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. He's kind of just a supportive tank. Not healing related, but I just remembered that Wasabi's gonna be really good also. Every 3 basic attacks, he stuns for 4 seconds. So, not the longest stun in the world, but the fact that he does it every 3 basic attacks, which is pretty much instantaneously, he's going to be doing this a lot. And obviously, Wasabi is probably the best damage hero in the game. Actually, he definitely is the best damage hero in the game right now. You're just going to see him all over the place. I just passed by him and I remembered that he has that stun. But anyways, back to the healing. Obviously, like I said, Fairy Godmother is going to be really good. I think she's going to be runner-up for the MVP, which I probably should have said after. But that's okay. Fairy Godmother's really, really good. Barley's purple skill heals with quest 1. I don't really know anything about Barley, so I can't say how good this is or whatever, or how often this gets used, but the quest 1 heals, but his green skill stuns for 10 seconds, which is pretty huge. So that's always fun. Alright, so we've talked about some pretty good stunners. We've talked about some pretty good healers. We talked about some people that cleanse their team of debuffs, which is going to help against the stuns that you're going to be facing a lot. So let's move on to who I think are going to be the MVPs this month. I mentioned Fairy Godmother already. I think she's going to be probably the number 2 MVP. Darkwing Duck is going to be super duper good because this stun that he gives from his blue skill, it goes for 6 seconds, and then if he does this to an enemy that is already stunned by this ability, it gets increased by 5 seconds. So this is a huge stun that he's probably going to be getting off quite a lot. And also if you put him on with some other teammates that stun, it's going to be reducing the length of this move by 2 seconds. So he's going to be getting this off even more often. So this is going to be a pretty huge stun. I think it might stun for a lot of the game, which is cool. Also, if you use the Mr. Incredible disc, the first 4 enemies that crit Darkwing Duck are stunned for 3 seconds or more. I haven't maxed out the disc, but this isn't the best friend disc for him to use. This one is the more preferred one, but if you wanted to use that, you can do that as well to get even more stun out of him. But Darkwing Duck, I think, is going to be super good this month. And then the one that I think is going to be the number 1 MVP of this month is right next to Darkwing Duck, Evil Queen. Evil Queen, she does so much stunning. She does increased damage to stunned enemies. Like, this white skill stun is 18 seconds. 18 seconds. That is a long ass stun. That's probably one of the longest stuns in the game. It has to be the longest, other than Shan Yu when he's facing a shielded enemy. She also deals 300% more damage to the one that she has marked, which I think is the one that has the most skill power. Yeah, it literally says it right there. I'm dumb. She prefers to target stunned enemies, so you're going to be dealing even more damage to the stunned enemies just by having her on your team. And also on top of that, if you use the Gaston disc, she increases the stun length of all her allies. So you're going to be able to use her to get quite a lot of stuns off, very long stuns, and you're going to be able to increase the length of those stuns. And the tenacity being disabled, you can't even shorten them. So Evil Queen is going to be huge this month, I think. Huge. So if you have her powered up, I highly recommend using her this month. I think she's going to get you a lot of the bonus points and be super helpful. So yeah, Evil Queen, MVP, pretty much the 2nd month in a row that she's going to be MVP. I really can't say much more. I really need to work on her. As you can see, I haven't worked on her at all. She's only orange 2 for me. But yeah, Evil Queen, MVP of the month, with runner-up being Darkwing Duck and Fairy Godmother, who are also going to be super helpful. Yeah, so that's going to be it. Hope this video helps you guys out with your Arena Coliseum adventures this month. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I don't have any announcements or anything like that. I made my announcements yesterday. So, anyways, peace. Tron is almost 3 million. Holy shit.
Evil Queen is now the new background for the really good category.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck them all.
I love Pooh.